Hey guys, Dion here with Your Guitar Academy. In this video, we're going to be looking at licks 3 and 4 in this Brian May, first solo of this Brian May player study. So in this one, we're going to be continuing to navigate those chord changes. And we've also got one of these really cool kind of climbing, major scale, lazy fill lines, epic lines that Brian is so famous for. So grab your guitar and let's get going. Just joining us, don't forget to head over to the website to find all of the tabs, backing tracks and any other materials to do with this course. And also please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and leave us a comment. We'll get back to you. Okay, so let's have a listen to licks 3 and 4 in this solo. So sounds something like this. I'll play them back to back, nice and slow, and then we can talk about them. Okay, so let's again break down the kind of context of these two licks, okay? Because it's important to know what we're playing over here. So the chord progression behind these two licks is going to be a G chord, so that's G, D, A. Okay, so I'll talk about why that's important in a second, but let's just dive in a bit closer to this first lick and I'll tell you what I was kind of thinking of when I wrote it. So this first lick is over the G chord. So I'll tell you what I was thinking of here. Just minor pentatonic position 4, okay? So the reason why this is working is because I'm playing E minor pentatonic position 4, okay? But the chord that we're playing over is a G. The reason that works is because G is the relative major to E minor. So this kind of tonality in this particular scale are interchangeable. It's about the context, okay? So let's talk about the exact frets that I'm using here. It's got this real climbing sort of quality to it, this lick, and also the next one as well. So okay, we're actually borrowing a lick as well there. Oh, sorry, not a lick, a note there from kind of sort of minor scale sound as well. But we're going to be sliding from, to start with our index finger, fret 7 on the G, up to fret 9, and then fret 7 on B, and then 8, and then 10. So this is important. So when you get up to number 10, I don't want you to use your 4th finger because what we're going to be doing is bending instantly. So we're bending up a tone on that 10th fret of B. So I'll do that nice and slow. Okay, and then I release that bend. So, and then I pull off to the 8th fret again of the B string. And then to finish this lick, so that's fret 10 on the high E with my 3rd finger. Nice big full tone bend, release the bend, pick the note again, wiggle it, nice bit of vibrato, exactly the same as licks 1 and 2, okay? Okay, so that's that lick number 3 there. Let me just play it in the context of the the drums, and you can hear how it sounds with some rhythmic context. Okay, so we're starting kind of at the tail end of the bar here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. In fact, let's get the last notes in. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So it's kind of the second from last 16th note of the bar, okay? So you hear that. Boom, that second note's right on beat 1. So this one almost acts as a bit of a pickup, okay, pickup note. And again, you hear how I'm being quite staccato with those notes. Don't go, 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 go. It's not going. Okay, really staccato with this one. So that leads me on to lick number 4. Okay, so lick number 4 follows nicely from this one because this lick is played over the A chord, okay? And what's happening here is the A is serving as the 5 chord to our tonic chord, which is going to be D. So tonic meaning it's the key of our song, it's the key of our solo. So you'll notice everything feels, you know, like it's come home and it's come full circle when we return to that D chord. So this A, because it's the 5 chord is always acting as a creator of tension. So it's creating a lot of tension and then back to the D to resolve that tension. So this particular lick, this lick number 4, let me play it for you and you'll hear what it sounds like. So you hear this one is both rhythmically and melodically very, very strong, and it's a real kind of statement, this lick. And you can hear when played over this 5 chord, creating that tension, it leads us really, really nicely. It climbs and it climbs and it climbs and it comes back to our home there when it resolves on that root note of D there. So let's talk specifically again about the frets and the thinking behind this scale, sorry, this lick. So I'm literally just playing the sort of 2nd position major scale here, D major scale. Some of you might refer to that as the kind of Dorian scale shape. If you want to call it that, that's great. I'm just going to call it 2nd position for this, for the sake of this video. So what's happening here is I'm sliding with my 4th finger up to the 14th fret of D. Okay, and then I'm changing string and I'm going with my 1st finger on the 11th fret of G, then 2nd on 12, 4th on 14. So you hear that rhythm, slow, then 3 fast. Boom, ba, ba, ba. Okay, that repeats, that keeps repeating, you know, throughout the remainder of this lick. So we go. And then we settle on that 12th fret of the B. Okay, and then we come back to the 14th fret of G. Same rhythm, okay, but this time we're on 12, 14, 15 of B. So let me just play it so far, you can hear it. Okay, and then the same thing happens. We jump back 2 notes to 12 on the B, and then go 14, 15 again, and to finish up to 17, back to 15, 14, 15. So again, bum, ba ba bum bum, ba ba bum bum, ba ba bum 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 bum. It's got a real kind of epic feel to it, and it's that repetition that really, you know, makes this feel quite euphoric. This lick, once you reach the end, when it resolves on that D, it feels like you've had this real kind of moment of the solo. So let me talk about the delivery as well. Okay, so I did something here that I think Brian May does quite a lot, okay? So when I hit the top of each kind of segment of the lick after that fast group of 3, I just delay that next note ever so slightly, and this will be really apparent when I put the drums on, okay? I'll just play it without first, and then I'll play it with the drums. So yeah, just delaying that note at the, again after that group of 3. If I play that right on the beat, you'll hear it sounds different. It's not quite as kind of epic sounding, I don't think. So let's try it with the drums and you can hear how that really makes a difference, okay? So first I'll play it with those notes on the beat, and then I'll play it with them off, and it really, you know, creates that pulled back feel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, and again behind the beat, 4, and really exaggerating it there, but now in contrast to play it all on the beat, you'll hear how different it sounds. And 4, and once again, 3 and 4 and. So to me, it just feels and sounds a lot more authentic if you really pull back on those notes that are after those groups of 3. Okay, it really gives it that Brian May-esque feel. So let's have a listen to these 2 licks together with the drum beat, and you can hear how they work. Okay, so remember the 3rd lick starts on that just before beat number 1. So 3 and 4 and. And it goes without saying as well, as I've said in the previous video, it's really important if you've ever got a note that's lingering for a second or so, feel free to give it some of that fast, aggressive vibrato. It really adds to that authenticity. Okay, so that's it for today's lesson. If you want to move on to the next lesson, you'll find the link here. And if you want to go back to the start of the course, you'll find the full playlist here.